Merhaba arkadaşlar, Starfield'a kaldığımız yerden devam ediyoruz. Bu arada videoyu beğenmeyi ve kanala abone olmayı unutmayın. Evet. Yardımcıyla konuşalım bakalım. Selamun aleyküm.
That must make you my Vanguard captain. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second in command. I heard you were instrumental in protecting the city from the attack.
Rica
You have
ederim.
my gratitude. I was also informed that you gave quite the presentation to the
Aynen
cabinet.
öyle.
Chief Yassine wants you to know the Interstellar Affairs Office is fully committed to this endeavor, accessing the Terramorph data and beyond. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure you have the tools you need. And that means first getting you into the archives. You do know what the archives are, correct?
Someone paid attention in current events. So, then you also know that it was originally managed by the three major galactic players. Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency and requires a one-time use code from each of the three armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun.
Now, the UC is already on board, so that means we'll need to convince two people. The ambassadors of the Freestar Collective
onlara
and House
gidip
Varun
yalvaracağız.
to hand over their codes. Get them both and you'll have your data. But that's a lot easier said than done.
I couldn't agree more. However, both ambassadors have reasons they won't, or can't, work with us. Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code, but ultimately, it'll be up to you to get them both to cooperate.
And I do mean cooperate. Threats and violence are off the table here. Though
Gizlice
that
alsak.
doesn't mean we can't get creative.
But it does mean we need to get you up to speed on who you're dealing with. Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of Freestar, or Ambassador Balmore of House Varun? The good Ambassador Radcliffe. She's a veteran of the Colony War, and her only goal in life is to make ours miserable.
Niye öyle
If
düşünüyorsun?
Sam is any example of how stubborn the Freestar people can be, then I can imagine
Sam de
how
mi böyle
difficult
yıldız
it
aldı?
must be dealing with this ambassador.
Now, officially, our office is suggesting you try and negotiate with her.
Use your experiences as a member of the military and with the threat we're facing to convince her to lend her support.
And who knows? Maybe that'll work. Stranger things have happened. But my suspicion is we're going to have to rely on other tools
Gizlice
to get
alabiliyoruz
her
mu diye
code.
sordum da cevap vermedin.
Never underestimate the universe's ability to surprise. That's why we have Plan B.
Plan B'yi
UC
anlat.
Intelligence has a recording device planted in the ambassador's living quarters, which we suspect you can use to your advantage.
Şantaj mı yapacağız?
But getting caught trespassing is a quick way to land yourself in an embassy holding cell.
Embesil mi
So-
dedin?
If you are going to try and access the device, you're going to need to find a way in there without being seen.
Now, we recovered some intel we believe should be able to help with that. But there's also a disgruntled staff member you might be able to pump for information. Maybe even convince to work with you. Yes, many. Don't steal anything. Don't get caught anywhere you're not supposed to. Absolutely do not harm anyone. If something goes wrong, we'll do our best to smooth things over, but I can't make any promises.
Name's Cameron Long. He's younger than Ratcliffe, bears less of a grudge towards the UC. He works closely with the ambassador, making him a promising source for information on the ins and outs of embassy life, and someone who very likely hates her guts. All right. Here, your diplomatic ID. I'll give them a heads up you're on your way. Not likely to let you through the door otherwise.
And take these. Chief Yassine wanted you to have some options on how to proceed in there.
Ambassador Balmore's a challenge.
When the rest of House Varun retreated into seclusion shortly after the signing of the armistice, Balmore stayed here.
He's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests, so there's real hope he might again. Though claiming to know how a member of House Varun thinks is a quick way to earn yourself a psych eval.
Now hold on a moment. There's no reason to assume we're better.
They certainly come with a checkered past, but there's an additional wrinkle. We're not 100% sure Balmore's his public appearances were always rare, but scans of the facility show life signs.
Your task is to find him and kindly but firmly.
It would at least be a speedier negotiation, but I, of course, hope the embassy.
Now, the embassy front door isn't an option, but our spies have stated there's a side entrance that should allow you access. Here, this device should get you all the way down to the embassy interior. And fair warning, we received a report that alarms might have been tripped inside the embassy.
Now, if you have additional questions or require clearance for a new approach, I'd suggest you start with Ambassador Radcliffe. Approach her while... Be smart out there, Captain.
Okay. Hello.
By the way, Captain, Sergeant Williams looking. Sounds like he's got more work.
Just doesn't add up. The spaceport has anti-xenophobe.
Hard to believe it's been 2 decades since we were at war with the Collective.
Visitors are only allowed in the lobby, obviously.
I'm going to be upfront with you. I'm not happy visiting anything related to the Freestar Collective. But you lead, and I'll follow.
The UC never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNM
Tabii önce kaydedelim.
broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here?
Guests can make themselves comfortable in the lobby.
Misafir değilim ben.
I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment?
Evet.
What are you? Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. The eyewitness. She said you
Saldırı
were
oldu
at the
saldırı
space-
uyuyorsunuz.
You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved many lives. Now, she also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the UC wants terramorph data from the Armistice archives, some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy,
Aynen
in order
öyle.
to protect us all. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Tell me I've got that right. Excuse me. A less level-headed person might think that was a threat, Captain.
The only threats you're facing are the 8-legged variety just outside your door. Now can we please
Helal
stop
lan
playing
sana.
games here? Lives hang in the balance.
A lecture in morality from the UC. How quaint and short-sighted. Let me be frank, Captain. The answer is no. That information is there because it is dangerous. I will not be the one responsible for its release. Now, Why don't you quit wasting my time and yours and go? You're really gonna push this? All right, I will give you one chance. One. I'm listening. You know that for sure. That is interesting.
Nasıl hemen kritik
Well,
başarı oldu?
Captain, you make some good points. But if I'm really granting you access, I'm gonna need the following concessions. Your access will be limited. You can only take out the items related to stopping these terramorphs.
Tamam.
The
Kolay oldu
monitors will
ikna.
make sure of it. You go in once. You get everything you need on your trip, and never again. And all research done with the data will be monitored. If this data is being used to save the galaxy needs to be involved in the oversight. Freestar scientists will watch your people like hawks. So, do we have an agreement? Excellent. Follow me.
Yürü. Ne bakıyorsun, yürüsene. Allah Allah.
They tell me it should only take a moment. Code generator's just this way. And there. It's not supposed to be a long process. It is for emergencies, after all. Don't make me regret this, Captain.
Some of that gear.
Tamam, şimdi diğeri kaldı. Nereden lan giriş çıkış? Geliyor mu Sara? Gel. Gelmiyor ya. Kaç metre ki bu? Nerede bu? Biz buraya ışınlanamıyoruz mu? Yavaş Saracığım, yavaş. Bura ne kadar kirli ya. Geliyor mu? Ne olmuş lan burada?
This isn't what I expected at all. It appears the flora they were using as decor has overgrown the entire embassy.
Ne oluyor lan?
It'd actually be more fascinating if it's gone. Anything valuable?
Ne olmuş lan burada?
Target down.
Lan. İyi misin? Oğlum burada ne olmuş lan böyle? Şehrin dibinde, içinde yaratıklar olan bir bina var. Zombi istilası gibi anasını satayım. Lan! Ne oluyorsun sen şerefsiz? Nereden gidiyoruz?
Bring it on.
Kimsin sen ya?
So, what seems punishment becomes providence.
Ah,
A reminder we can
buymuş.
never truly know the Great Serpent's designs for us. You have my thanks, and my apologies for the ordeal you just endured. Come, let us discuss.
Lan burada mı saklanıyordun? Bu çoktan kabul eder şartımızı. Şuraya bak.
Not the ideal introduction, I suppose, giving you a grand tour of the embassy via barely functioning intercoms. I do greatly appreciate your persistence. I suspect the venom tree upstairs has worked itself into more Tell me though, what is it like outside? I heard the broadcast mentioning an attack. Then the embassy was struck with a power surge and then silence. Has the rest of the city suffered
Asıl
quite so
burada ne oldu?
badly?
Burada sen onu söyle reis.
Harmless spores, you have my word, but hard to navigate. Hence, it is the sap of the tree that gives it. But I must know of the. Is that right, huh? I shall need to have these repairs seen to. Now, it cannot solely be the Serpent's grace. You were sent by the UC. That, and the broadcast spoke of terror morphs of the space. A worrying occurrence, certainly, but coming here of all places, when all I could provide... Ah, so the UC requires information, then. The preservation of life stands as the very purpose of... But, if I am to grant you... For years, House Varun has been known only as an agent of slaughter. We founded this embassy with hopes of shedding, with little success. In exchange for my code, I require this. You must be the one who ensures it is used for good. Ensure House Varun's legacy is more than just carnage. The knowledge you ask for isn't evil. No knowledge is. It is we who...
As the chair of Constellation, I take personal responsibility in vouching for this man's integrity.
Salah bize
He'll
kefil
keep
oldu.
his word.
Well then, I shall not fear. Please, follow me. Let's hope it still works. And there. Let it be used for good.
Why are you bothering to carry all that junk?
Hadi gidelim Salah. Orası ayvayı yemiş ya. Nasıl bir yer lan bu?
Captain, you're back sooner than...
Hey, sen ne sandın beni?
Did you actually succeed? With
Mutabığız.
Radcliffe and Balmore. We're all in agreement.
Aynen öyle.
So the old man was still lurking around in there. Fine work, Captain. And now, I've already arranged every... When you get down there, the UC monitor will give you instructions on how to deploy the code. Here, the UC code piece and an archival access card. Absolute best behavior down there.
Hiç merak etme. Çok hızlı duracağız.
the monitoring station and we will go over the rules. Welcome, Captain, to the archives. To proceed, you will need to deposit your codes into the 3 corresponding receptacles. Once they are verified, I will open the door. Your data resides in Unit 18. You will not be able to access any of the other units. Once you've collected your data, return to the entrance. You may insert the first of the archival codes when you're ready to begin. You may proceed, Captain.
Okay, that's it. Time to sell some of your junk.
Şimdi ne yapıyoruz?
There you are.
Captain, Deputy told me what went down. Impressive work.
Captain, if you'd be willing to transfer the documents to the Major, she and I have been discussing what comes next. Stayed out of trouble down there, I hope.
Time for us to start getting some real answers. And figure out if we've been asking the right questions. So whenever you're ready. Yes. It will be. Percival and I have done our damage. This is us starting to put some things right. So with the data out of the way, we've been discussing where exactly this work's getting done. The Red Devil's headquarters on Mars, back where you found Percival, seemed the natural spot. Already has the equipment, the safety measures. Though it sounded like the deputy had a few more things she needed to discuss with you first.
Indeed. The most important of which is getting you your citizenship.
Then I guess we'll see you on Mars.
Captain, if you'll follow me.
Follow me, follow me. Ders hızlı yürü. Yardımcı.
Got a call, someone's power kept going out. You know what it was? A heat leech as long as my leg.
Oha, manzaraya bak.
All right, Captain. Are you ready to become a citizen of the United Colonies? It doesn't. We don't really care where else you might have been or might become. Once you earn your place.
Hazırım.
Good. This isn't the only item we need to discuss, so I'll give you the short version. Please raise your hand. Captain, through your actions today and in days past, you have earned your place among the United Colonies. Through service, bravery, strength, and upholding of the mutual good. Will you carry and cultivate these values for as long as you remain a citizen?
Evet.
Then, Captain, I'm pleased to welcome you into the United Colonies as a full citizen.
Bu kadar mı?
Here, your
Kimlik
official
var.
ID
Ha.
and your citizenship dispensation.
Tam da onu
We've
soruyorum.
also let the Aphelion Realty office out in the plaza know you're approved to purchase property. Now, the other item we needed to discuss. There's a member of the UC who's asked to speak to you, but this person is in a sensitive position. Normally, we wouldn't even consider something like this, but we think this person has information that could prove useful in dealing with the Terramorphs. And they've stated they'll only share it with you. They asked for you by
Herkes de
name.
bizi talep ediyor.
So I need your agreement that everything you're about to see is kept in the strictest confidence. You can tell no one. Can you agree to these terms? Let's hope it never comes to them. Head to the elevator. You're going to subsection 7. I'll make sure you...
Güzel.
Let me guess. Marrying you was... If it keeps us...
Güzel. Puanımız yok. Evet arkadaşlar. Burada bitirelim. Bir sonraki bölüm kaldığımız yerden devam edeceğiz. Videoyu beğenmeyi ve kanala abone olmayı unutmayın. Bir sonraki bölümde görüşürüz. Bay bay.